We're here this morning to talk about commemorating an event that happened almost 200 years ago. The event was one that, and I quote from Ann Jarvis's column in a recent Windsor Star article, became not just the first major confrontation of the War of 1812, but a stunning victory, one that helped change the course of the war and therefore the future of Canada. That event, of course, was the capture of Fort Detroit in August 16th of 1812 by, at the time, Major General Isaac Brock. And the article pointed out that it was his victory at the capture of Detroit that earned him his knighthood. After that, he was known as Sir Isaac Brock. With Sir Isaac that day, he commanded about 1,100 troops. 700 were members of the British Regular Army and local militia, and about 400 native allies led by Chief Tecumseh. As an aside, the site of General Brock's artillery, and Cathy and I are discussing this because we're not sure if the artillery was ever fired in anger, but the site of the artillery was right here for the campaign, and I apologize to Madeline, was it Francois Baby? It was his farm. It was now the site of the Windsor Community Museum. A year ago, the City of Windsor's Manager of Cultural Affairs assembled representatives from a number of organizations in the city and invited the group to design a commemorative event to recognize the capture of Fort Detroit. As the plans for the event were firmed up, the question of funding for the event needed to be addressed. Last September, the WindsorEssex Community Foundation, in partnership with the City of Windsor, applied for a grant from the Building Communities Through Arts and Heritage Grant Program of Canadian Heritage. The committee was very pleased to receive notification from the Honourable James Moore, Minister of Canadian Heritage, that our application was approved and that we would receive, and I quote from Minister Moore's letter, a contribution to defray part of the costs associated with your project entitled The Capture of Detroit Commemoration.